I'm Jason Yeagle. I live in San Francisco, California with my lovely wife and 2 daughters. I'm a painter. For me, the purpose of art is a coping mechanism. Art has been something that allows me to be alive, allows me to function in the world, allows me to maintain some sort of equilibrium and to have a place to express myself that doesn't need me to be anything other than what I am in my perfectly mistaken form. Life as an artist in 2015, I think, is complicated. There's so much entrepreneurial activity that's saturated through our culture and through our society. You have to be talented and determined. So it's the people who are hungry who really seem to have that kind of fire for going into places that they're not comfortable with and not resting on any previous kind of styles or ways of working that have come before, to not get stuck in some sort of formula or routine of how you make things. I love the idea of things not really adding up in any kind of neat or cozy or comfortable way. I'm inspired by something that's not directly related to my field, and that indirectness requires me or invites me to make something up, to make up the space between in such a way where I don't know what the result is going to be. And I get a lot of inspiration from movies and books and comic books, fiction, and certainly from other paintings and drawings too. But music is this form that I can consume, that I can absorb and process and translate into my own work simultaneously, which is kind of wild to me. I just remember as a kid, I was always really captivated by stories. And looking back on it, that's how I describe it. I want to make something that puts me into that kind of state of mind of enthusiasm and real emotional experience. I want to make things that appeal to people. As somebody who's interested in creating stories, something I've really valued about having these daughters and having this relationship with them is it gives me the opportunity to embody their spirits within characters in my work in such a way to create female characters that represent youth or some kind of genuine spark that's connected to the real world. Definitely one of my goals in making this mural was to represent my palette, to represent the way that I regard color. I want to try to find colors that fall between saturated and unsaturated, that have a personality that is subtle or is in between one meaning and another meaning. There's the iconography of the cartoon language, and there's the color palette, and there's some kind of space in between, and there's some reference to illusionary space within the design as well, which is something that I think is incredibly valuable about art, is to have this moment where something is unknowable or unexplainable. And in that unknowable place is raw, unmitigated experience of life, like watching leaves flutter in the wind with the clouds behind them and the sound of the wind, just sort of a multi-sensory experience that has no beginning and has no conclusion.